All right, everybody. Happy Thursday. Good to see you. Big waves out there. Good to see you. I'm supporting my company hoodie this morning that I received as a gift here in Mexico, where I'm at currently. So I hope my service holds up. I'll try to be really quick, but I wanted to come on this morning because obviously to start off the Coach's Corner with you, no matter where I'm at around the world, is always one of my favorites. So I was actually downstairs conducting a meeting with about 8 people, and I said, I'll be right back because
Mhm.
I got to go see my community, right? And so, um, yeah, I stepped away for just a minute. So, but I wanted to tell you guys how much I appreciate you as I travel the country, the world, and I'm meeting, I have a chance to meet you in person. It's really fun to see all of the people. I was here in Mexico. We have some dear ladies that get on the call on the Coach's Corner, and they came to the office yesterday to meet. And I just, you never know who's watching the recording. You never know who's watching maybe on my Facebook page, on my business page. You just don't know until you meet up and they're like, hey, I tune into the Coach's Corner. So I want you all to know that you're impacting people. And sometimes we don't even see it or know it or hear it. So anyway, love you guys. The word for today is adapt. And this was timely for me, I think, because I have been traveling the world. And Andrea, maybe both of us, it was timely. It was a timely word. But if you look at adapt, it's make suitable for new use or purpose or to modify. Like become adjusted to new conditions is kind of my common sense definition for adapt. Albert Einstein said this, and it really made me think about where to go this morning. The measure of a person's intelligence is the ability to change and adapt, change and adapt, change and adapt. So I got a question for all of us this morning. Are you someone that is resistant to change? Well, that's just the way I've always done it. That's where I've always parked. That's the direction I've always cut my lawn. And I share that with you because so much of my life, I look back in my coaching career and everything was I I got into a comfort zone for a while and I knew what I knew, right? I knew the community I was in. I knew the people. We spoke the same language, right? We shopped in town. We met each other. So I was in this little bubble that we could all easily say, man, that's just perfect. That's just, why get out of that bubble? But it goes back to what we challenge ourselves with all the time. And Albert Einstein says, if we were to step out of that bubble, do we think our intelligence would grow? Without a doubt, because we're challenged. We are challenged. And are you or am I living a life right now that where we're having to change and we're having to adapt and we're having to challenge our limits rather than just staying in the bubble? And I share that because over the last while traveling the world, I don't speak Japanese. I understand a little bit of Spanish, but I don't speak fluent Spanish. And I'm in these different markets, whether it's Italy or Japan and everything's going on around you. And it would be very easy for me to go, I just want to go back to my bubble because I don't know what they're saying. I'm not used to the culture. I'm not. But what if we challenge our limits like Albert Einstein says and learn their culture? Pick up some words for the day, right? That I didn't know yesterday, right? Konnichiwa. Like I didn't know that word in Japanese, but at the end of the day, here's what being adaptable for change does. It strengthens our emotional resilience where we don't go into a condition that's unknown and go, oh, I can't do that. I got to go back. right? It's like, no, I'm going to forge forward. This is fun. I don't understand it. I can't even read the menu. So guess what, John Frick? You point and pray, right? I'll have that right there. And you're like, I hope that right there is good. And if it's not, guess what you won't do next time? Get that, right? And so trust me, I've done that a lot lately. But it strengthens your emotional intelligence. We will learn more if we step out and do more of the unknown, right? I'll never forget being in Colombia, South America, and at 2 a.m, a knock on my hotel door, and they kicked me out of the hotel because Ricky Martin had went in and rented the entire hotel for the night. So I learned really quick 2 things. Ricky Martin is the man, and he if he wants it, and I had to go find a new place in a foreign land that I wasn't from. But you know what? It's a memory I'll never forget. It's a memory, and it was an experience I'll never forget. And so we'll learn more by challenging. Some people on here are like, no, thank you. I don't want to do that. So, and it's also being adaptable is a skill. It is a skill that the people around us will appreciate, because when things happen, have you ever noticed people cling to the person that is adaptable and that's willing to change, right? Like during a crisis, who does people look to? They don't look to the person that says, no, I'm only worried about myself and my bubble. They're looking to the protector. They're looking to the person that says, hey, I got you. I got you. Come here. Come here. We'll go here. Even though we don't know, we'll make this move. And they're willing to strategically make moves. So that's my thought today. I don't know if that made any sense, Andrea, on Adapt, but it's good word for me as I travel, because I'm adapting daily on different things.
Well, great job adapting. And, it's kind of funny. You think I mean, I don't know if I really think I'm adaptable, but I think I can be. And I think I can be a little bit worldly. And I think, and then I actually go somewhere and realize, oh, no, I'm really not. So this was a good lesson for me this morning. I appreciate it. So the 2 quotes that I found was, intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. That's Stephen Hawking. And then the next one that I can't see who says it because it's too small of text, so we'll Google it. But it says, if we fail to adapt, we fail to move forward. And so what I looked into today is, okay, well, how do we do this when we're we can get stuck in our ruts, or we can think that we're adapting, but maybe we're not quite getting there. So how do we adapt more? And first of all, be kind. And I'm talking about to yourself, because sometimes we've got to realize that, you know what? I'm in a whole different world. This is a big deal. Like, I can be gentle and kind and go easy on myself in this moment, because it is a big deal. And it's not normal to adapt just instantly. Some people might be able to, but if you can't, be kind. You deserve a little bit. Thank you for that, Missy. Be kind to yourself and just give yourself a little bit of grace. Next is to practice. Create opportunities for small change for yourself. So maybe that means that today I go crazy and I get up 10 minutes earlier than I normally would. How about something really wild? Okay. I don't even know if I could do this, but let's just pretend. Sleep on the opposite side of the bed. Huh? That's a pretty crazy change, right? Like, hey, I can only sleep on one side. Flip it up, change things up a little bit. Drive a different route to work than you normally do. Park in a different spot. When you go to the restaurant, pick something different, right? Pick something different. Each time we practice adapting to a little bit of a change, we get better at it. So give yourself opportunities to practice. Next is to look for new opportunities. We all hear it. When one door closes, another opens. So use that as an opportunity to go look for those moments. And all I can think about there was, when I did this I think it was a big life move, when I moved from California all the way across to a different planet, which is known as Alabama. It's very different from California. And I had to look for opportunities. Every single space went through that transition, but I felt like the door had closed in California and I needed to go somewhere else. And I really thought it was Tennessee. Right? Like if you move from California, you can really only go to a couple places. It's like Tennessee, Idaho, Austin, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee. And those, I kept having closed doors to the places where I thought that I was going. And then it opened up and it turned into Alabama. And I'll tell you, it makes me a little leaky-eyed when I think about how grateful I am for where I live, for where I'm able to raise my babies, for the people that I'm surrounded with. Like it's absolutely incredible, but I had to be super adaptable in that moment. Next is we've got to trust ourselves. Guess what? You have a 100% track record of surviving all the change that you've gone through in your life. Like you're doing fantastic. And so we have to trust ourselves that we are strong and we are capable and we will survive whatever it is that we're going through right now. And so there's a great chance that we've learned and we've grown in the past from all that different change. And guess what? We can do it again. So look for that growth and trust yourself through that process. And then realize that lastly, change and adapting is a process right there. So those that are able to survive and get through that turbulent, life and the rocky moments and the changing environment are the same people that give themselves permission to make mistakes, to realize that, you know what? I might not have adapted perfectly, but I can course correct and I can bounce around here a little bit and I can try again. And we're going to learn different habits and we're going to gather different tools through that process so that we can adapt even more in the future. So that's what I had today. Coach, we had a birthday. I'm trying to see if he is on. Usually we get at least one in that family that's here with
As
us.
you're looking, I just want to say this. Some days you come on the Coach's Corner for different reasons. I needed you guys today. So just seeing your face, seeing you smile, seeing all of this, I'm so, so grateful. So I'm about to, just so you know, I'm in Mexico City. I'm about to head downstairs, finish the meeting, head over to the airport, head to a different country here in Mexico. So we'll be popping into another location, guys. Thank you for everything. So grateful for you. Andrea, do we need to sing?
So we don't necessarily need to sing, but Sherry's here. It is actually Randy Harwell's birthday. So Sherry, if you can hear us, please tell Randy we said happy birthday. We love him so much. And so everybody, if
Absolutely.
you're connected with him on Facebook, go give him a little love. You've got his number, send him a happy birthday. But Coach, we appreciate you being here. We know it's hard during travel and we're so grateful to see your smiling face.
Well, thank you. Love you guys. Grateful for you. Have a great Thursday out there.